Hi, I'm Stacy Schmidt. I'm with Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks, and I'm with the Aquatic Invasive Species Program. I'm an aquatic invasive species specialist, but some have called me a snail cop. And my job is primarily to travel around the state and look for invasive species. Some of those invasive species include crayfish.
Hi, I'm Susie, and I work in Mississippi studying crayfish. That makes me an astacologist, which is the unfortunate term for someone who studies crayfish.
And from an invasive species perspective, it's good for us to look at this because there are a lot of invasive species of crayfish, and they're moving around the country very rapidly because people are buying them to eat, people are buying them to have as pets, and they may be getting released into waterways and we don't know about them. So from an invasive species perspective, we really needed to take a closer look at crayfish.
I know very little about the crayfish of Montana, even though they're an important part of many freshwater ecosystems and are increasingly valued by Montanans as a delicious wild food. Over the next 2 summers of field and lab work, we hope to learn which species live where, which species are native where, whether there's non-native species that we don't yet know about, and whether levels of metals, especially mercury, in crayfish are high enough to warrant consumption advisories. As a research scientist with the U.S. Forest Service Southern Research Station, I focus on crayfish conservation in the southeast, but I've been lucky enough to sample crayfish on 4 continents.
In college, I really found out that I loved aquatic invertebrates, and we happen to have a lot of aquatic invertebrates.
I'm really looking forward to returning to Montana, where I got my PhD, to sample crayfish statewide with Stacy and to learn new information about the state's crayfish.